What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I am a person in recovery. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015 and I am here to share with you some stuff about recovery. But really, what we're going to be doing is we have a new guest speaker coming on tonight. So let me go ahead and get the link sent out so I can get her on here, and then we will chit chat some more. So thank you, baby. Will you give me a paper towel from over there? Okay, hold on, guys.
Oh, that's my face.
That's fine. Okay, I'm clean that. All right, you guys, hold on.
I want a drink.
Okay, grab you one of those. One of the drinks out of the thing. You know where they're at. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Hold on, you guys. I'm approving y'all that are in the Facebook. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey. Hey, hey. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do this on my profile. Yeah.
Can you show them it?
Yes, Nate. I'll show them in just a second, son. I really need you to not right now. Okay?
What Mom is opening right now makes your poop float up.
What?
It does.
Oh, okay. Why is it so hard to open today? Dad had the same problem. I heard him this morning trying to open these stupid things. Man, this is making me so angry. Yeah. Okay, here you go, son.
Oh, I just got shown on the camera.
Okay, there you go. It's okay. Hey, guys. Hey, y'all. Okay, hold on just a second. What's up, everybody? I got to get the link for Amanda. Sorry, I'm losing it today, y'all. I don't got it together. I don't got it together today. Share this into the group. We live, y'all. We live. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Hey, everybody. What's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Come on in. Come on in. Let's hang out.
I found another toast nugget.
Shh, do not say that, Nate. Stop. Don't say that. Okay, go upstairs. You know the deal. It's Mama's time to do her meeting. It's not time to play. Okay?
It's not time to play.
It's not time to play. You know the deal.
I'll just stay down here and be quiet.
Okay. If you can do that, then you can stay down here.
Can I at least,
all right.
be the joke person?
All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Now I got to get the link for my girl so she can come up on stage with me. This is going to drive me insane. Hold on. Let me get this notification off my freaking phone or off my computer. Okay. Hey, Jared. What's up, babe?
If I cough, is it fine?
Yes, it's okay if you cough.
Because I probably...
Cállate! I'm just playing, you guys. Hey, girl. I'm going to watch as much as I can, but I'm working on my stuff. Hey, Amanda. Oh, hey, I see you, Christine. I see you. I'm getting the link for Amanda right now.
Who's that?
She's coming on my channel, buddy. Okay, here we go. I'm going to text it to her. Yeah. There we go. Hey, Dawn. Hey, girl. I'm doing good.
So, Mom, when you remember when you said,
So tonight we're going to have Amanda come on and share her experience, strength, and hope. First, what I want to do, you guys, is I want to welcome you guys all to tonight's MARA meeting. MARA is Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. I'm going to go ahead and read the MARA preamble to you guys, so that way you'll understand a little bit more about the program. MARA is all-inclusive, non-judgmental recovery support. We We want you to come and hang out with us. We're not going to judge you whether you're in active addiction, whether you're sober, whether you're falling back. It don't matter. We're here to support you no matter what. So here we go. Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous, one size does not fit all. Many in-person meetings, one size does not fit all. Do you use prescribed medication to treat various drug and alcohol use disorders? Many people who utilize evidence-based science to aid in their recovery sometimes feel uncomfortable in their day-to-day lives. Additionally, a multitude of people on this healing path have even felt unwelcome at traditional recovery meetings. We understand. At Mara, you're always welcome. Recovery is simply to recover from an unsafe lifestyle. So next, what I want to do is I'm going to read to you guys the steps 1 through 12. And then we will have Amanda pop on with us, okay?
Mom.
And so that way, if you're thinking about joining Mara, this will help you because you'll hear what the steps are all about, and it will help you, okay?
Mom.
Hey, Brian. Awesome. Tell Meg I said what's up. Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. We admitted that without help, we felt an inability to control our addiction and that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, we came to believe that, like all human beings, our power was limited and we needed to learn to let go and learn from others. 3, we made a decision to accept that we cannot control everything, assume a mindset of goodwill, seek the wisdom of responsible others, and discover our true voice within. 4, we made a searching and fearless inventory of our strengths, weaknesses, and misconceptions. 5, we admitted to ourselves without reservation and to another human being when we became ready and found the right person, the exact nature of our unhealthy behaviors and misconceptions. 6, we were entirely ready to listen to wise counsel and seek that still small voice within to guide us to change our behaviors which have been harmful to ourselves and others. 7, we humbly began the process of deep change so we could overcome our weaknesses. 8, we made a list of all persons we have harmed and became willing to make amends to them all and to forgive those against whom we have held grudges. 9, we made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, we continued to take personal inventory and we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, we sought through self-reflection and meditation to improve our awareness and understanding of ourselves and the world around us. 12, as a result of these steps, we became aware of our true voice within. We came to realize our purpose and help others find theirs. While the 12 steps and 12 traditions of Medication-Assisted Recovery Anonymous were inspired by AA's 12 steps and 12 traditions, they are not an adaptation. Rather, they were created specifically for this organization and should not be construed otherwise. AA is a program concerned only with the recovery of alcoholism, and it is not in any way affiliated with Mara. Okay. So right now, there are Mara meetings in your state, you guys, but I'm sure a lot of them are closing down because of the,
coronavirus.
Thank you, Nate. And so if you guys want to, you can always go to marainternational.org and find meetings in your state, okay?
Am I doing a good job on this? Look. Yes.
Your mic and cam. Okay. And Amanda, if Amanda's in here, I'm going to put the link in the chat.
Mandalorian.
I'm going to put the link in the chat just in case if you're in the chat, Amanda, and it helps you, if it's easier to click the link from the chat, that's fine. But we're just going to chill and hang out until she gets here, you guys. I'm excited. I love having people on my channel to share their stories. It gets me excited. I'm all about just empowering people no matter what point in your recovery you are. I was actually talking the other night and on here, and I was telling everybody that, my purpose here is to bridge the gap between people that are struggling with addiction and then those of us who are living sober, right? I want people to feel like they can reach out to us without feeling like we're on this high horse or we're untouchable. And I think that happens a lot is that when people are struggling and they're sick and they're, getting high and all that stuff, is it can feel like we are so far away, people like us who are in recovery. it can feel like, oh, well, they're not going to want to help me, or they're sober, so they don't care about what I'm going through. And that could not be farther from the truth, you know? And so I've been really trying to work hard on being like more accessible and more helpful to people that are struggling. You know, I feel like we have got a pretty good foundation of people here on Real Talk Recovery who are lending support, sharing links and meetings to me, and videos and stuff like that, Zoom meetings, so that way other people can join in. And so I just want everyone to know that, like, if you're struggling, then we are here to support you. It doesn't matter how long you've been sober. It doesn't matter if you're still in active addiction. Like, I really want people to know that they can reach out, you know? Hey, Becky. Hey, Ramy. Hey, Murk. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me talk about that. So Mara is also doing a marathon, you guys, and it's going to be 24 hours. You can come in and out of the meeting as you please. There'll always be someone in there to greet you and like say, hey, what's up? And it starts on Christmas Eve at 7 Eastern.
Christmas.
So if you are at home and you are discouraged and you are struggling and you are like, I don't have nobody to spend Christmas with, I want to go out and do something stupid, whatever, you can come and hang out with us on Mara. And you know me, I'll be popping in and out. I'll probably be at my mom and dad's house. So I'll be popping in and out there. I'll be popping in and out of lives over here. I'll be going live over on TikTok. I'll be having my mom and dad answer questions about addiction. Y'all know I'll be all over the place. I'll be everywhere. Hey, Molly. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Kristin. Hey, Brian. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. So, yeah. Hey, Cindy. How do I find that marathon on Christmas? Hey, Murk, are you guys, so Brian, just so you guys know, I know a lot of you guys are like, you can go to the website and there should usually be links there, but we also have like just a random chat that we made for people that are that are part of Real Talk Recovery, and it's completely free. It doesn't cost any money, and you can just join that chat. And Murk and Cindy and Nikki and Mama, they all link the Mara meetings in there as they happen. And so if you're just hanging out and you aren't good with keeping up with time, and you need a reminder, there is the link to the Hangouts chat if you guys want to join. So that way you'll have a reminder. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me see what's going on with Amanda. And oh no.
What?
To join the broadcast. Okay. If it doesn't let her. It's okay. Okay, so if she can't make it on because her browser is blocked, it's okay. Whatever time she comes on, she'll come on and I'll bring her up here. Here, let me put up another one in the chat. So what you have to do, hey, Christine, are you with her? What you have to do if it's blocking the link, you guys, is the browser that it goes through is Chrome. So if you have access to Google Chrome on your phone, sign on to Google Chrome and then click that link through the Chrome browser, and that should allow you to come on. But girl, just keep trying. If you can't get on, there's no big deal. I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm totally just like chill. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me get the real link. I didn't put the right link up. I totally understand. Me and Amanda have been like, we both were having a hard time at the beginning of the week, you guys. We were just not feeling it. And then, but we are going to make it work eventually. So, okay. What I want to talk about today until we get Amanda going up here is what are you guys doing to stay sober through the holidays? I don't think we really even talked about that very much. No, Nate, be quiet. I don't think we have talked about a lot of what y'all are doing to stay sober. You know what I'm saying? Jetta, go grab that sausage out of her mouth. She just jumped up on that seat and grabbed the whole biscuit. Come, drop it. Drop it. Drop it. My dog just jumped on top of the dinner table and grabbed the damn sausage biscuit off the table. It can't get no better than this. Welcome to the shit show, everybody. Welcome to the shit show, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the S show.
I was supposed to get her. That's okay, Christine. We understand. It's okay, Amanda. If it won't allow you, we'll figure it out another time. Don't be upset, okay? In fact, if what we can do right now, you guys, if anybody wants to come up and share what you guys are doing to stay sober through the holidays, I just put the link in the chat. But I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit about what I've been doing. And I'm going to share with you guys a new journey that I had just started today. And I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to hear about it. So I'm going to tell y'all. So one of the main things that I have been doing to stay sober through the holidays is to realize that it's okay if I don't feel good. It's okay if I'm having a day where I don't really feel like running around and being super mom. You know what I mean? Lately here, I have been really just trying to focus on staying sober, taking care of this little munchkin back here, because as you guys can see, he has literally taken over my YouTube channel. Like, he believes that this is his channel. I don't know if y'all saw the other day, he had my phone, he went live, and he was taking you guys around the whole house, showing you everything that we have. Showing y'all my junky, dirty house.
I was showing you guys our
tampons in the trash can.
I was showing you our tampon trash can.
Did you drink all your milk? Drink that, please. So,
Mom, look.
I see it. It looks good.
Now I can become a bird.
Yes. I have been really trying to focus on just like letting myself be where I'm at, because
can I run this tomorrow since it's clean?
Yes. Everything that's been going on in the world, and just like I've been struggling with a little bit of depression. So I've been like kind of just letting that be the way it's going to be, and realizing that it's okay if I don't feel like Superwoman, you know? I've really been reaching out to a lot of people that have a lot more sobriety time than I do, because that's been helping me also, because I forget, you guys, that I don't know everything, and it's really hard. Sometimes I feel like I should know everything. And so I will forget to reach out and talk to other people, you know? Hey, Mark, what's up, man?
Hi.
I see so many of you guys coming over from TikTok. You guys, Mark came over from TikTok, and he is going to be hanging out and joining Real Talk Recovery.
Mom.
I'm so happy to see so many of you guys coming over here from there, because this is where like everything started for me, is on YouTube. And I've really been working hard to try and nurture a relationship and a community with everybody on TikTok, but I really want you guys to come here so we can do our live streams here. I don't have to worry about anybody reporting it or banning it like they do on TikTok, and we can like really get down to the nitty gritty over here. You know,
you're not gonna ban me today.
No, let Jetta outside.
Mom.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out with a meditation. Okay, Cayete.
Well, I have to unloosen this so I can wear it.
Okay, hold on.
Look.
Let me see. I want to have like a community. I want us to all be a part of this community, and I want as many people who want to be a part of to come. You know, there's no like law or like join. You don't have to join a club or anything to be in here. You can just be a part of Real Talk Recovery when you want to be.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly, you guys, I don't know how many of you care, but there we go.
So it's backwards?
No, it's perfect. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? I didn't know how great a burden my guilt was until I made amends and gained release from it. I never wanted to face the harm I'd done in the past. Consequently, without knowing it, I carried guilt with me most of the time. Making amends has helped me to put the past behind me and move on with a clear conscience. My self-esteem has grown ever since, and I feel so much better about myself. But I had a problem. The person I felt I owed the most amends to is no longer living. Deep in my heart, I knew she had understood and forgave me, but I could not forgive myself nor the harm I had done. How can I make amends? This is good. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys have been struggling with losing loved ones to this disease. And so we are going to talk. This is good. Okay. I see some days I come on here and maybe things don't work out the way we planned, but baby, we're going to work it out. We're going to work it out. After much prayer and thought, I realized that I couldn't change the past. All I could do was change my present behavior. Now, when I feel tempted to shirk a responsibility, I can remember my friend and reconsider my choice. Each time I talk to a newcomer, chair a meeting, or share my story, I'm making amends to my friend. I can't make past wrongs disappear, but I can take actions that will help me to let go of them. When I make amends, I do what I can to correct the situation. Then I can put the past in its rightful place and leave it there. Let me remember that the reason for making amends is to free my own mind of uneasiness. So, for making an amends, a lot of people I think that when we make amends that they're for the person that we're making amends to. And sure, it might give them peace of mind, or it might, make them feel a little bit better, but it has nothing to do with that person. Absolutely nothing to do with that person. It has everything to do with freeing you from that burden that you've been carrying on your shoulders for so many years. That resentment, that heartache, that sadness, whatever it is. Mom, and so, Nathaniel, hush. When I get to talking, Nate, and I get on a roll, and then you interrupt me, then I can't get myself back on track.
I'm trying to say, excuse me.
Okay, well, 1 hour a day. 1 hour.
Well, can I say one thing?
Say one thing, and then it's over. Come on over here so they can see you.
I was gonna say instead,
they can't see you.
Well, I forgot what you said.
There you go.
I was gonna say. I'm gonna think something. I look weird.
No, you look great.
I forgot. Well, I was gonna say instead.
Who is forgiveness for? It's for us.
What do you mean?
It's not for the other person. So when say if your friend walks, if your friend walks up to you and smacks you, and then you get mad, and they apologize, and then you say, "I forgive you."
You take a dump on their head.
That's for you. Okay, bye. Bye. Go watch TV. Go watch your cartoons. Yeah, for real. Hey, Nick. Hey, guys. Haven't heard from the kid that wanted help to get in the program. Hope he's doing well. From the channel, did he call you? I totally agree. My hardest issue is forgiving myself for all the BS I done. Heck yeah, Mark. Me too. Hello, everyone. I haven't been here in a while. I haven't been doing anything for my recovery. Guess what happened? I relapsed on Xanax, and now it's a problem. Hey, Jackie. Well, girl, we ain't going to judge you. Come on back in. Come be with us, okay? Nathaniel, go upstairs before I get this computer, shut it off, and take my belt off and spank you. Okay, cool. Thank you, Christine, for updating us. Thank you, baby girl. It's okay, Jackie. It's okay. I'm so glad that you said that you haven't been doing anything for your recovery. You know why I'm glad you said that? Because you are realizing that it takes action, and it takes doing the work to stay sober, and you're already a step ahead of the game because you're taking ownership of that part of it, and so now that you know that that's the reason why you fell back, now it's because you weren't putting in the work. Guess what? It's going to be that much better now. Now you're going to know what you need to do to make the situation better and to improve. And you'll improve. And you know what? If you come back again, that's okay. You'll learn from that mistake and you'll improve more. And that's the whole thing, you guys. You just need to keep improving until you get it. I mean, I could sit here and act like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you relapsed. Blah, blah, blah. I used to do that all the time. all the time. And I didn't even realize why I was doing it. So that's what even made it even harder, because I wasn't able to identify where I was making the mistakes or the bad choices or whatever the situation might be. You're identifying the fact that, hey, I need to do more, and here's the thing, you guys, like, doing more, it doesn't mean that you have to go to a meeting 6 times a day, clear across town. Like, doing more can literally mean like coming to meetings on Mondays and Fridays here, calling someone that is in recovery that you can talk to, a couple times a week, making a list of things that you're grateful for, having an accountability partner, someone you can check in from time to time. You know, everyone is different, and what somebody needs for their recovery might be different than what I need for my recovery. I can share with you that at the beginning of my recovery, I needed accountability. I needed someone that I could run my ideas by, because guess what? I would come up with these stupid ass ideas to do things like go back to college, and I only had like 3 months sober, and I can just see myself going back to college and failing out and then getting upset about it and getting high. You know what I mean? I needed the accountability. I needed somebody that I could talk to. I needed a place that I could go where I felt like everybody there understood me, and for the longest time, I didn't know where that place was going to be, so I created my own place. And now we have Mara, Real Talk Recovery, and we have a place where we all know we accept each other, and we are there to support each other no matter what. If I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I was struggling and I needed to talk to somebody, I could call Cindy, I could call Murk, I could call Mama, I could call Nikki, I could call any of you guys and say, I'm tripping, dude. I want to get high. And you guys would stay on the phone with me all day long. Shoot, Cindy would probably drive up here from Texas and beat my ass. So I'm telling you guys, like, we have built a family, all across YouTube here with LT, with Miss Lisa, with everybody that we have here on the recovery community. And it's been a blessing. It has helped me so freaking much, you guys. If I didn't have that, then I wouldn't be sober. I wouldn't be sober. Hey, Alisha. Yeah, keep coming back and being with like-minded people. Heck yeah, Jen. That's so awesome. Hey, hi, Steppa. What's up? I really came to the conclusion, it was probably 2 weeks ago, you guys, when I had this like aha moment. And I realized that like the whole thing about like, oh, I relapsed, like I don't even like saying relapsed anymore. I don't even want you guys to think that it's something that it's not something I want you to do, but it's not something that I think is a negative. I think that if you take that situation and you learned from it, then you can utilize that as a tool and that experience. I have all the experiences, all the lapses that I had, all the stuff that I did in my active addiction. And today I'm able to put those experiences in use and use them as tools to help others and to stay sober myself. I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, how do you not want to get high on meth, on a Xanax, on, cocaine, whatever it is? And I sat there and I was thinking about it for a really, really long time. And I thought, you know what it is? This is what it is. I want what I have in my life more than I want to feel differently. I want my car, my son, I said my car first, my son, my husband, my car, my house, my job, you guys, more than I want to use. Hey, okay. Amanda's here, you guys.
How are you?
Hey, girl.
I got it, finally. I was talking to Love on the phone. She was trying to be Google tech support.
Thank you. So, listen to me. If you couldn't make it, it would be okay. But I was really excited to have you on today. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was so excited. I was like, of course my phone wouldn't work.
So this, okay, this is what we're. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be quiet so that way you can talk. So this is what I want you to do. Just introduce yourself to us. Tell us how long you've been sober. And then, girl, you can take it away and tell your story.
Hello, I'm Amanda. I am 21 months sober off of heroin, fentanyl. I don't know. It's the first time I've ever done this. I've ever shared my story.
You're going
I've
to do great.
I've shared here in the community bits and pieces just because I went back to give back, like handing food out at the food lines or tents out to people that are out in the cold or something like that. And I've actually used with them.
Yeah.
So it's different when you're sharing with people that you don't know, but it's nice at the same time.
Listen to me. It's so easy. Like, this is what I do. This is how I remember. I start out and I share a little bit about like what it was like when I was a kid. Were my parents married? Did I go through any trauma? Is there anything like you think that maybe have led to you getting high in, from your childhood? And then I share how I got into my addiction. Like, was it because I was dating a guy who got me hooked, or did I get in a car accident and break my back and get oxys? And then I share about that. I share a little bit about the addiction, and then I share about what I'm doing in my recovery.
So for me, I never really, Dad wasn't in the picture. Mom don't know who Dad was. She was an alcoholic. I had a really crappy childhood when she was, I don't want to say completely crappy, because when she was there and she wasn't an active addiction with her disease, she was able to be that good mom and fed us good and made sure we was clothed and, but when she was in the worst parts of her addiction, we would have to knock on people's doors for food, and we would have to, literally be in the midst of the worst with her. Yeah. And so it was really hard because, and I find myself even as an adult doing it because she's still in my life. She's not I had to learn in my recovery that she had to be a friend, not mom. And once I started doing that, she really wasn't as toxic. Because I used to always go back and everything would go back to her. I was barred from most of the bars in Columbus, Ohio, around here before I was 16. And then I would blame her for that. And then if I didn't really get into pills and stuff, or any opiate for that matter, until later on in life. But I've always been an addict of some kind.
Me too.
As a child, it was food.
Me too, girl.
Like, still got the addiction going on.
Me too.
But it was food and attention as a kid. And as a teenager, it was you just miss something when you're a teenager. I think that's every teen, whether you have the best parents in the world or the worst parents in the world doesn't revolve around you, so therefore it is not yours. But I never really understood her addiction until I got to where I am now. And after being 16 and barred from all the bars, then I kind of cleaned up my act a little bit, in and out of relationships.
Those bars at 16. How were you doing that? Tell me. I know you had a hustle.
I did. I had a couple people in Columbus, Ohio. You can get fake IDs relatively cheap. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, here's the thing: they really weren't fake. They was real.
Right.
They just really weren't mine. And it's like the bouncers never looked at him. Like, I would hand him an ID and I'd be praying, okay, he's really not even going to notice it's not me. Like, blonde hair, skinny, and I'm like 6 foot tall and dark hair, and
right.
Like, but it's the bouncers never cared. And then once you know people in the bar, like kind of like the groupies, the regulars that do karaoke every Thursday, once you're friends with them, it don't matter what bar they go to, you're like smooth sailing because you're with like the regulars. Yeah. So at that point, nobody IDs you. So that after I got barred from a lot of the bars, I was like, well, that ain't fun. So I just started smoking weed. Then I'm like, this ain't no fun. So then I started on coke pretty bad, and I'm like, oh, well, this is fun. I'm like, I can stay up for days and cause like all kinds of hell, and nobody really cares. And little did I know that a lot of people.
Were you living with your mom?
Off and on. Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
So your mom was drinking and she wasn't watching you. And so you were just wilding out.
Yeah. And she, like, I remember going out with her, and I call him Pops because he's the only one. She got with him around 15, 16 for me. Mm-hmm. He was an addict too. But he would take and pick him, me, and my mom would go to the bar with whoever I was with for the week. And like they would buy rounds for the whole bar and like celebrate me being 16 and 17. And they're like, oh, just act like you're 21, 22. So that worked.
Yeah.
And then he started smoking crack and got kicked out. And so the party life, I'm like, how can you knock him for one thing? Well, because crack was so much worse than drinking.
Yes, that's what everybody thinks. They think that drugs are so much worse than alcohol, but they are all bad. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, like totally. They really are. So I kept trying to justify like my mom and like this piece that she always played. She was never really a mom, and I can't say it's because she wasn't taught how to be, because she was taught how to be, because my mama wasn't no joke. Now listen, like I knew better than to mess with my mama. You know what I mean? So like she wasn't playing. She still wouldn't play. Even now, she just passed away not too long ago. Well, in 2016. But for my mom, as an adult, I started feeling sorry for her. And then I got this, I didn't really think I had a problem, up into my 20s. Never really thought I had a problem, except for the coke thing. I had a lot of fun. I had too much fun on coke.
How bad did it get for you? Were you smoking it, snorting it, shooting it?
All the above. I never really shot coke, though, until later on when I started into the opiate. I had only smoked it and snorted it.
Smoking it will take you down through there just as bad, I feel like, as shooting it, because I can remember times where I copped like crack and it was like really powerful, and I smoked it and it was just like I was shooting it. It was that strong,
Yeah.
So I can understand.
The thing with coke is you smoking it and shooting it are a lot alike, and some people don't know that. Because most of the time, if they're to that point, then they're to the point that they're so high, it doesn't really matter what they do. It's just going to give them a boost.
Right.
It's just kind of like a boost. I forgot where it was at. I forgot what you're saying now.
You were telling us that your mom, you were starting to feel bad for her.
Yeah, I was feeling bad for her because she was on into her sobriety and she was doing good, and so then I was the toxic one.
Yeah.
So the tables turned, and I was like, well, time to pay her back. And so that's what I started doing. And then in 9/11, 2001, I found out I was pregnant with my son.
Wow.
And so I was on coke, I was drinking, I was just doing a whole lot of things, and like I stopped them all.
Really?
Stopped them all.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for you, because I did not stop.
It was hard. I didn't really go through withdrawals because I wasn't on anything that was physically addicting, or I shouldn't say addicting, but it wasn't like withdrawing off of anything.
Right, like opiates or benzos or alcohol. It was just like,
right.
I understand.
It was just like I was withdrawing from fun. Because it was like I went to eating Chip Ahoy with a cup of milk. Like, it was, like literally. And then I realized the day my son was born, I had a hard pregnancy with him. And I realized, I was like, man, how can you treat something so precious that you love with like beyond your wildest dreams? Like, I had never loved anything or anyone as much as I did the day that he was born. Or while I was pregnant either, but more so when he was born, because I couldn't believe it. I just didn't feel real. And I was like, how could she? And I asked her the day he was born, I was like, how could you ever hurt your child the way you've hurt us kids?
Yeah.
There's no way that I'll ever, I remember these words, I will never hurt him the way you did us. And man, I lied. Because when he was 13, he started rebelling. Nobody warned me about that part.
Yeah.
He started, I had been clean. I hadn't used since the day I found out I was pregnant with him. He started.
Wow.
Lying.
So you found out you're pregnant in 2001 and you stayed sober for 12 years.
Yeah.
Damn, girl. See, I wish I could have said that about my pregnancy.
Not even a drink. Like,
I regret that so much. You know, you're fucking strong.
Well, no, when he was 2, me and Chrissy Love had some alcohol fun. We went out and drank quite a bit, but we was weekend warriors. We'd have a couple drinks on the weekend and be good to go on Monday for work.
Right, right.
But to be consistent every day using something, I didn't use anything until he was 13. Wow. Well, maybe about 13. I was going through a really bad divorce. A really bad divorce. Sebastian, that's my son's name. He was mad at me for things that I myself couldn't, you know what I mean, stop. He was mad because me and my ex-husband were divorcing. He was mad because we had to move. He was mad because I didn't fight for the house. He was mad. He was just mad because I was his mom, really. I mean, everything you could think of, he was mad about. Right. He started skipping school. They didn't notify me until he had skipped a significant amount of days. And the problem is that I had to leave by a certain time. And it was 15 minutes before his bus would run to take him to school. Well, I was dropping him off at the bus stop and he was going and walking back to the house and skipping school. And I told him, I was like, I either quit my job and make sure he goes to school, or I lose everything that we have.
Right.
You know, so it went bad. Well, then he started telling lies, and got himself taken out of the home to protect himself from himself. And so then by the time he was 15, it was a constant battle fighting him. They were going to place him back in the home, but then he would tell them a bunch of lies and then they would be protecting him from him. And then, so finally, when they told me that he wasn't going to come back into the home ever, like he agreed to be adopted out by what was supposed to be my best friend.
Wow.
And then around the same time, my mama that basically raised me passed away. So I had my divorce. I had my son being taken away. I had it was just one big shit show. It was bad. And my back was it's still fractured in 9 places. It was already on, they was giving me 90 Vicodin 10s and they was giving me 80 Percocet 10s for my back. But I also had to do injections and drug tests and I was passing them. But the longer I just sat there in self-pity and just started drinking and I was like, oh, I'll just eat a couple more pills because I kind of feel nice. And then it got to where the script wasn't lasting me 2 weeks, a week and a half, maybe at the most, because I was selling them to do other things. And I was like, well, I'll never be the kind to shoot up. Yeah, well, I eventually got on to Oxy 80s. And then those were kind of taken off the street in West Virginia around that time. The DEA had a lot of them cleared up. But then I went to Perk 30s, Roxy's, all that. But I couldn't get high anymore. And so that the numbing part wasn't there for me, and I was getting really sick. And I didn't know that that was me being dope sick or pill sick. I just knew that without a pain pill, I was death.
Yeah.
And so then I had somebody introduce me to heroin, which I had done it a time or two before that even, happened. And I knew better, but I didn't want to be sick.
Right.
And so, so then they're like, well, that if you, instead of snorting it, that if you shoot it up, you'll use less and the high's longer and you won't be as sick as long. And I'm like, well, let me try it. That was the worst thing that I've ever done in my addiction. For another 4 years, I stayed on the needle. I lost my house. I lost a few jobs. I maintained my job for about 2 years. But then I finally...
I think it was like 3 years that I was able to maintain my job when I moved here to Little Rock. I held it for 3 years, and then I eventually got fired because I was so high at work.
Yeah, not now. Like nobody notices. You're like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah. I thought that, look at me, girl. I thought that I had everyone fooled. I was like, I'm just resting my eyes.
Yeah. I'm just so tired. Yeah. Been there. But then eventually I just lost it all. I lost my house, which I didn't want it anyway. So I was like, cool, less bills I got to pay. Because my son wasn't there. It was huge. It was a 4-bedroom double wide with 2 bathrooms. So like it was huge. And then Sebastian wasn't coming home. So, and then I lived away from all my family here in Ohio. So I'm back in Ohio now. But so I had nothing left. No job, no house, no kid. Only thing I had was a 2001 Lexus. And let me tell you how far we got. We got pretty far. We got to Ohio. I drove a bunch of dope boys around. Dope boys was robbing dope boys in my car. And then I was being chased. And this was almost, I'm just going to skip ahead to when I got sober. I went to the hospital. This time I really wasn't high. Like on meth, I listen, meth, and I'm bipolar 1 with psychosis features. And
so when you would do meth, it would calm you down.
No, it would send me. No, well, it would calm me down, but because I was on meth, if I ever went into a psychiatric facility because I was having crazy thoughts.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, me and meth, we don't mix.
Tell me what would happen?
Listen,
what would happen when you did meth?
I would be completely calm, but I would be extremely paranoid, like most people.
You would see people that weren't there?
Listen, yes. And it just, every time I got high on meth, the people would get bigger, like the crowd would get bigger. Like,
girl, I know what you're talking about. I've seen them too.
Yes, like in the middle of like one of our biggest, or it's actually right by Chrissy's, it's Sullivan Avenue. I would see like dozens of people walking across the street. I'm like, nope, gotta go to net care.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've totally done it too.
Like, and in your mind, like you sit and tell yourself only half of those are real. Like, there's no way that all them people are crossing the street. So I went to the hospital one night because my car, at this point, to the end of the dope rope, I didn't want to be high. I had been in and out of rehab. I had overdosed in rehab. I had been to meetings. I was tired.
Yeah.
Mainly I was tired of people chasing me. I went into the hospital and I told this lady, I said, listen, most of the time I come in here, I'm high. And people that I tell you are chasing me aren't really chasing me. But I told her the situation, the drug dealer that robbed people in my car, like they had robbed a drug dealer. And there really was people chasing the car. And until the cops had me pulled over going through my car, which, it's a good thing that they did because I was probably about to die. like this black car kept circling where I was pulled over at. And finally the cops pulled him over and they were arrested. But they always thought that I was making these people up that were chasing my car about like the drug dealer being robbed in my car. Like they literally held me down to a bed, tied me down and gave me Ativan, telling me that I was still high when I hadn't done anything in over a week. But where I had went and cried wolf so many times.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably didn't deserve that. And I'm like, look, that's all fine and good. You guys can keep me tied to the bed, but pay attention to my car in the parking lot and you'll know that I'm not lying because eventually, but they didn't believe me anymore. Nothing was believable. And I'm glad that it wasn't. But that didn't stop me. Got out of the hospital. I'm like, I'm going to stay sober. That lasted about 20 minutes. So I went and got high again. And then I was taking a booster. Chrissy's probably going to laugh because I don't think I've ever told her this. So she's probably going to laugh right about now.
She's saying she loves you.
Oh, I love you too. I took a booster to Grove City Walmart, Chrissy, at 3:00 in the morning. Okay. You don't drive into Grove City at 3:00 in the morning unless you want pulled over or you're legal.
Damn.
Only times. Yeah. And I'm like, she's like, okay, I'm going to come out the fire exit with the 55-inch TV. I'm like, whatever. I didn't care.
Right.
So and you know, when you're high on meth, how if you think it's taking a long time, you know that it's taken way too long.
Oh, yeah.
So I go in Walmart looking for her, and I don't even know how long she had been in there, but I find her asleep on a futon display. So I decided to lay down with her. I laid my head down at the other end and got it like a towel and used it for a blanket. And so we wake up I wake up and I leave because I don't know how long I had been there. I don't know if I nodded out or if I crashed and I had been asleep for hours. So I walk back out and I get in my car and I go to start it and I make it. There's literally nothing wrong with my car. It was a nice car. I went to go left out of the Walmart and my car just stopped. But I had to say a prayer in the parking lot. I'm like, God, if you want me to be clean, I want to be clean. I need your help. I need you to guide me. I need you to do something. Show me a sign, something, or I'm not going to get clean. I'm not going to get clean with this car. And sure enough, when I turned left, listen, Grove City, literally 1 minute of being stalled out in the middle of the road and I was pulled over.
Yeah.
Needles all over my car. He said, ma'am, I'm not even going to dare search your car because it's covered in needles. What I'm going to tell you is if you want to walk away without going to jail, get out and walk away now. Well, stupid me, had to keep running my mouth. And so I asked him for a ride to Mary Haven, which is a rehab center here. I call it the rehab for quacks. If you don't want to get clean, then go there. If you don't want to get clean, go there.
Why? What do they do there? Tell us, girl.
They don't help you. They'll have guest speakers go in, and that's about the most you're getting help there. They'll put you in detox, the little detox room. I guess if you do residential, they'll help you. Maybe it was me, but there's a lot of people that I still have that say that Mary Haven's a joke.
They just don't have a good structure of treatment plan, huh?
No, not at all. But I had to go 2 hours away. When I was done, and I had they took me by ambulance to Dayton, Ohio. And I spent 45 days in treatment there. I had to do 8 days in intensive care because I had an abscess in my neck. And I was going septic.
Damn, in your neck from shooting up?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was my go-to place, my neck. I have this huge scar right there.
I used to do that too, but I was always so afraid. I had to have somebody else do it because I was always so afraid that I was going to mess up and paralyze myself or something, I don't know. Because I would think that if you hit something there that it would make me not. I don't know, girl. I was tripping. Yeah, but I've been there too.
I did it first, but then eventually, it seemed like I could only get high using my neck.
Right.
a lot of people, well, anywhere in my head, like my forehead, both anywhere in my neck.
Mm-hmm.
But it got to the point to where I had to have people shoot me up in the back of my neck because I couldn't hit. All these were dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I
So
understand though. I don't know if I have been there as bad on my neck, but I've been there in other places, so I can understand.
yeah.
I found something really cool for me, and I'll tell you it.
What is it? Okay, I'll look it up. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
it's my little boy. He's whispering in my ear.
Is that the one that played you the other day?
Yes, he always plays me, girl. He hustles me too. You know what I told his mom, my mom. I tell him when we go over there, because he always hustles me, I say, go up to your Nana and just ask her, hustle her for some new toys. And so I send him over there to her.
Yeah. Like, he deserves it. If he's good at hustling you, he's good. He's really good at hustling her.
Tell me this. How did you get yourself off the needle and not go back to it? You know?
Well, after I went to rehab, the needle has been still the hardest thing for me. Yeah. I haven't relapsed on heroin, thank God. I've had a few slips with meth, which isn't much better.
But I understand what you're saying, though. Like, any progress is good progress, and that's how we are over here. We don't judge you for anything. Like, we just want, like, I used to beat myself up about, like, things like that, and you just can't do it. If you want to keep moving forward, just be honest about it, and then move forward. Move along. So I've been off the needle, too, for 2 years. We're 21 months. When we slipped, we smoked, and that doesn't make it any better. But for anybody that's a needle user, they know you don't really get high unless you use a needle. For me, I was addicted to the needle more than I was the drug. And I still have night sweats. I still wake up in the middle of the night. And to a bad dream, like I'll dream that I'm shooting up, and like I instantly wake up and I'm awake for 2 or 3 days off pure insomnia because I'm scared to death to go back to that. That's what I was telling you the other day on the phone. Like, just the minute that you think that you're not going to use, that's when the devil's beating at your door. And then, girl, when I talked to you on the phone and I said the devil was at my door, Satan was at my door. And he was like beaten. I had to turn the phone off. I had to lock the door. I had to, like, even my fiance, I'm like, look, leave me alone. Yeah. But when I need that. Is your fiance in recovery? He is actually, when I was to the end of my dope rope, I used to go to elementary school with his sister. So they kind of know my whole family history. With my mom and all that. But my mom and his dad used to hook up. It was kind of weird. I when I come to Columbus, I was on heroin. I didn't want to meet with anybody from my childhood and say, hey, and catch up on times, because guarantee you that she probably wasn't doing heroin. You know what I mean? Right. So I kept putting her off, and I'm like, yeah, we'll get together next week. Sorry, I'm not feeling good. But the excuses ran out. Finally, I just hit her up. I had no other contacts. I had nobody else on my phone that I could message and say, hey, listen, I'm strung out on heroin and I need help. But I did. And she's like, I don't know what I can do, but where are you at? And I was in Cincinnati, Ohio at a hospital. And they were paying for me to come back to Columbus. Well, I was taking a Greyhound back. And she said, well, when you get here, I'll pick you up and we'll find you a rehab. So she got a hold of John because she couldn't let me stay with her for a couple of days. And she probably didn't want to. I just told her I was strung out on heroin. Yeah. So she got a hold of her brother, John, which is now my fiance. Who he had just lost his fiance January 22nd, 2019 or 2018. No. Yeah, 2018. Or maybe 19. Yeah, 18. To a heroin overdose.
he's never, the only thing he's ever done, I mean, he's tried things here and there, but he's really just been a weekend warrior smoking crack. He's never shot anything up. He's really just tried to stay awake with his other half to make sure she was breathing.
Yeah.
And he come home from work one day and she put her feet up in his lap and he was rubbing her feet and he fell asleep and he woke up and she was gone.
Wow.
And yeah, so he's had a pretty rough road too. And just with Dylan, because he was with her for 12 years and she was a heroin addict for all 12 years.
Yeah.
So he's definitely been on the other side of the addiction and understanding it and what the disease does to you and where it takes you mentally. He understands it when I say, listen, just leave me alone in my room. Don't bother me. Just like literally, if I need to lock myself in my room for 3 days, I'm allowed. I don't have to explain to him. I don't have to say a word to him. But she took me over to his house and he was like, well, bring her over. She could stay with me a couple of days. We'll get her into a rehab. And that's right before I went to Dayton. I was supposed to keep in contact with him while I was in rehab, but I called him the day I got out 45 days later. And I felt bad because he's like, I was really worried about you. You know what I mean? If I would leave, if I would relapse, and he's like, I just didn't think you was ever going to call me again. So I felt kind of shitty for doing that but I was working on me for that 45 days. I didn't.
Right. Yeah. And there's treatment centers here. They're strict. They wouldn't like I got my privileges taken away at many treatment centers where I couldn't even call out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got myself in a little bit of trouble.
What did you do?
I'm just mouthy, and there is nothing like. Okay, first of all, let me just tell you that I did make it to graduation day. However, I got kicked out 2 hours before I graduated.
What?
I swear to God, I'm so mad I didn't
even done that. Now that's just some bullshit.
That's bullshit. I was mad as hell. I keep telling him, you know what? If I could get through 45 days of that again, sober, there's no way I could even do it sober, let alone high or sick. I want my diploma. Like, listen, I've called him up like, look, I'm going to come get my diploma.
Get your certificate.
Well, I've lost one of my daughters to death. Well, I discussed that with you on the phone. And that took me into a deep place too in my addiction. And so I kept hearing there was always drama between, people coming in and leaving and all that, and people getting in an uproar. Like, I just stayed to myself, did my groups, did my meetings, met with my counselor, did my goals, did whatever I was supposed to be doing to work on me. And this, it's kind of like the staff forget that they're working with a bunch of addicts. And there's a story behind each and every one of us. And although we might not share all of our story, not even in rehab, they don't know our story. They think they do just because they know we're an addict, but they don't. And this is why I think it's important for for addicts to work in recovery, because we understand and we get it. We might not all the way because we don't know everybody's story. But this lady just started work there. She thought she was the shit with her fly boots, looking all cute. And I didn't like her. Well, let me tell you what, listen, there's a lot you can do to make me not like you, but she kept talking about being pregnant and wanting to get an abortion.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, look, Amanda,
your daughter.
Listen, yes, I just kept praying. I'm like, God, you know my mouth. Just let me just make through 3 days. I got 3 days, God. We can do this. We can beat it. Listen, on the third day, she said something. She was like, I don't even remember what she said, but it was her tone. Girl, I turned around and looked at her, and I was like, bitch, I wish you would. And then she started running her mouth. And then she was like, I was like, did you just say you was going to slap me in the face? She said, I said, I'd like to. I said, you want it here? You want it here? Which side, boo?
Oh, no.
Then she started running her mouth more, and I was like, well, bitch, you won't need that abortion if you keep running your mouth. Meet me in that parking lot in 3 days. You won't need that abortion. I'll take care of that right for you. And I shouldn't have done that because I let her have power over me that I shouldn't have allowed her to have.
Exactly.
I shouldn't have allowed her to have that power over me. But at the same time, it was like God's last test to see if I would make it out. Right. And I was like, God, you got jokes because we don't need to talk about this.
I'm so happy that you, even though you didn't graduate or whatever, you still completed 45
hours. I told him that too. I was like, look, you know, I got 2 hours. She said, I have to kick you out, Amanda, because you threatened her life. I didn't threaten her life. I didn't threaten her life. I argued it, but I lost because it was the director of the building. I lost.
Right.
Yeah, but I still maintained it, but...
How do you stay sober now? Tell me, do you have like anything that you do that's special to keep you on the right path?
I make sure that I keep my mental health under control. Even the worst part has been this pandemic because, like, it's crazy to say that I looked forward to going to like my groups or to like my therapy sessions. My psychiatrist is batshit crazy, but he's mine. That's all that matters. But I even miss his little self.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, hard, you know?
Yeah, it is. I have an extra therapist now. They just had, dude, out of the blue, she called me. She's like, you missed your appointment with me? I was like, who are you? She was like, well, I'm one of your new therapists. I'm like, I don't know where you come from, but I probably needed you.
Well, you know, like you said, you have bipolar, right? And so my sister has bipolar, and she has to make sure she stays on top of her mental health because about every 3 years or so, the medications that they have her on will just kind of stop working. And so she has to go in and get her blood drawn to see what they can do to get something better.
Well, I think that they should tweak medicines once a year anyway. What they got me on a lot. They got me on a lot. But with this pandemic, I kind of am at a place now where I know when I'm going to start going manic. I know when I'm going to start having some, like I called them last month and I'm like, hey, check it out. I think I'm going to need, because before, even though I'm bipolar 1 now with psychosis features, I'm on my schizophrenia medicine. And I'm on all my other medicines that they have me on for different mood stabilizers and stuff like that. But off the everyday depression medicine, I have been off of that for a year, which is a huge deal. But I called him like about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. And I told him, I was like, I think that we should probably put me back on a depression pill. But I like the fact that I know, hey, you know what? I think that we might want to pick up on this because I feel myself like locking myself. I kick my fiance out the bedroom all the time.
That's self-awareness that you have. That's a gift. You don't have that when you're in active addiction. And so as you get sober, stay sober longer, then that self-awareness starts coming in. And then you start, I know when I got my self-awareness, I got so aware of myself that I was constantly thinking that people were looking at me. I just felt so insecure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't go anywhere. I keep telling people, like, I've been social distancing long before this pandemic. Like, I'm an addict and we stay to ourselves. When we're not getting high, when we're not getting high, we don't, you know what I mean? We stay to ourselves. When we're getting high, we have friends. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I like staying to myself. Like, I like not having people come over to visit. I would like to visit Chrissy, though. I haven't seen her in quite a while.
It's because you feel safe and you have a stability now. You have your house, you have your man, you got everything.
It's so great.
You don't have to worry about getting stuff stolen or people coming into your house. I know exactly what you mean.
I don't get friends. Now, Chrissy and I have been friends. She's like my sister. We've been friends for Since I was 19.
Wow.
So about 20 years. So she's my sister. She's not my friend. It's not optional now. It's not optional. Her mom is my mom. Like, her mom is super awesome. But I was gonna go to her house Monday when your son played you. But her mom's so sick that if someone was to bring COVID in there, it would be really bad. So I haven't been over there, but like, she's like family, but I think that I have a real hard time trusting people. Now, like Chrissy, I could leave my door open and she wouldn't steal nothing out of here. Even if she could, she wouldn't. But as far as meeting new people and having new friends, I don't have that to do.
I understand.
And I'm not being mean. Now, if somebody's sick or struggling or needs help or wants to go to a meeting, like I can help you. If you're in my area, if you're not, we can find somebody in your area, whatever. But as far as having like intimate friends and to come over and visit and have dinner, like, I don't want to break bread with you. For me, it's as a matter of fact, I could even show you. I have a brand new 43-inch TV that my uncle just bought me. I have it upstairs in my bedroom where it's probably never going to get used because I don't want to put it downstairs in the event somebody breaks in my house. I want them to steal my broken one.
I understand, though. You've been through a lot of trauma and you've been through a lot with your mom. Listen to me. I have to commend you because you have been going through it since you were a kid. Not having the support, not having a mother to be there to take care of you and be
it sucks.
That's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like that,
No,
and so I am so proud of you for getting sober and staying sober, and then not having your little boy. And I totally understand like behavioral issues. I have seen kids who get upset with their parents, call Child Protective Services, and do this and that, and get themselves taken out, and then I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine.
My son's 19 now. And now he's experimenting with drugs. And I'm like, you can't expect me to tell you that that's okay.
Right.
Because 4 years ago when it was me getting high, it wasn't okay. It wasn't okay no matter what it was. If it was just weed, if it was just coke, if it was just crack, if it was heroin, if it was meth, didn't matter what it was drugs and it was wrong.
Yep.
He was like, yeah, but what do you say? He's at the experimenting age. I'm like, there's no age that should be experimenting. Does
he want to come back and be around you now that he's older?
He's lived with me 5 times since April.
It sounds like he's a think pot. Like he just gets mad and then leaves, gets mad and then leaves.
He's bipolar too. He's he's bipolar too, with ADD, ADHD, and he's like, I'm not bipolar. I'm like, yeah, well, I got the diagnosis sheets there, kiddo. But
well, as long as you're being there for him and he knows he can come be with his mom, that's all you can do.
He can't now. I shut the door on him because he stole from me this time. And so there has to be a boundary thing.
Yeah.
I can't allow you to continue to come back home and defend you and, not argue with my fiance because he would never argue with me. However, he will defend me, and that's the fine line. Right. And I've let him come back, and I'm like, look, just move here long enough to get your money right, get you a job, get you a car, whatever, get you your own place. And this time he stole from me and my fiance. So now there's no more coming home.
Right. Now he has to do it on his own. He bit the hand that fed him. Y'all tried to help him out. Damn.
And I love him. So like I told him, look, you can message me, you can text me, call me anytime. Yeah. I can love you from over here, but I can't allow you to bring toxic into my home. I don't break bread with toxic anymore. Me and toxic don't get along. And he doesn't like that. And so even when it comes to your own child, toxic, you got to have boundaries. And
I totally agree. You did the right thing.
And they're hard. It's hard though, because I mean, at the same time, I'm like, he's my only child living. And he also preys on that too. And so it's hard for me to say, look, sorry, I can feed you outside of my home, but you are not allowed in my home. It's hard and it's not easy to do. Yeah. But for the sake of my sobriety and my life, I have to do that.
That's right.
That's right. I love you though. Like I can love you and flick you in the ear at the same time.
What I want you to do one thing for me before we go. What would you tell somebody who's struggling and they want to get sober, but they haven't been able to achieve it? They just keep going back. What would you tell somebody
do that? That's what we do. What we do. We want to get sober and then we go through detox and we're like, nah, no, we don't.
Right.
But just keep pushing. Keep pushing. There's light if you want to find it. Even if you don't want to find it. Even if you don't even know that it's even existent anymore, there's light. And even if you can't find it, with all of us, we can carry you to the light, and then you'll see it.
Damn, I like that. Oh, that was good. We will help carry you to the light. That's right. And you know what? If you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, eventually you'll get there. That's exactly as perfectly said. Perfectly said.
Yeah.
I really
someone told me that when I was in detox and hated everybody, including myself. She's like, honey, I'll carry you. It might be to the other detox room, but I'll carry you.
That's what we do for each other. That's so true. Yeah. Man, I really appreciate you coming on here tonight. I didn't think it was going to happen because I didn't think you were going to be able to get signed on. But I'm so freaking glad you did. And did you start a YouTube channel?
Huh?
Did you start a YouTube channel?
I don't know what I did. Probably.
I saw you come in and didn't you call? Yeah, you commented. Anyway, if you decide to make videos and put them on YouTube, let me know so that way I can share them with other people. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this video. It usually doesn't upload until the next morning, but I'll send you the link to it. So that way, if you want to share it with anybody, you can too. But and if you know any women like yourself who are in recovery, who want to share their stories, let me know. Also, in like 6 months, we want you to come back and do an update and let us know how you're doing.
I will. Okay. This is going to get fun.
Thank you, Amanda. You did such a good job, girl. So good. I love you. I'll talk to you later, okay?
I love you too. All right.
Bye, girl.
Bye-bye.
Hey. What y'all think about Amanda? She's a pretty cool chick, huh? That was very good. She was very good, Amanda. Very good. You told your story very, very, very well. I love it when I have people on and I can relate to their stories. Her and Christine both did such good jobs, you guys. If any of you guys want to share your story and you're encouraged and you don't mind coming up here with me, let me know. I would love to have you on here. I don't care how long you've been sober. I don't care if you've been sober 24 hours or 24 years. If you want to come up here and share what you're going through, how you're doing, if you're not sober and you're struggling, you can come up here and share too, just as long as you're not out of your mind. Okay, I would love to have you on too. So that way we can talk about addiction, talk about what you're struggling with. You don't have to be sober to come up here and be a part of Real Talk Recovery, okay? I've had people on the channel who were in active addiction and we had a good talk. So I don't want anyone to feel like they're left out. Hey, Annette. Hey, Ann. Hey, Jared. And they're not a part of, anybody can be a part of this. All of you guys are welcome to come up here anytime. I love being here with y'all. I love introducing you guys to people that are in recovery. I love sharing my recovery with you guys. And on that note, I'm going to share with you guys something that I started today, and it's the beginning of my weight loss journey, you guys. It's the beginning. And so I finally got the medication that I had told you all about. The shot, it's Saxenda. And it's just an EpiPen shot. And I took my first shot today, and I feel fine. I'm only on 0.6 units, but as I go up, I'll let you know how it goes and how I feel. But I am taking the step in the right direction to invest in my life, in my health. And I have felt so discouraged this whole 2020 about my weight. And I have gone back through my old videos and saw the gradual weight gain. And I just want to feel better on the inside about me. And so I'm so happy, or on the outside about me, I'm so happy in my recovery and helping others and being sober. I want my outside to match how I feel on the inside, you know, and I really think that once I get my weight in check and that will all line up, I'm going to feel just amazing, like $1 million. And so today was day one. And I feel amazing. I didn't eat a lot today. I'm already feel like I'm getting results from the medication, as far as dulling my appetite. And so that's a fucking win for me, y'all, because I can normally just eat. I have no bottom to my stomach. And so today I have been drinking water all day long. That's all I've been doing. I had a turkey sandwich earlier today at 2, some crackers and some water, and that's all I've eaten all day long. And that is amazing, because I will normally go, and then about 8, 9 o'clock, I will binge on tacos, burritos, cheese dip, quesadillas, all kinds of just crap, and chorizo and eggs and just all kinds of stuff. And I do not feel like I want to eat. And that is a big deal. So I'm going to continue to share my journey with you guys and let y'all know how I'm feeling, and let you know how the medication affects me. I've already met several women on TikTok who also take the medication. And so they're going to help me to be accountable. And so I'll keep you guys updated. And yeah, I'm really excited. I just want to thank everybody for coming to the meeting tonight. We have these meetings every Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. No matter what, you can catch me here. If I'm not here, it's because of emergency or something happened in my life that I couldn't make it on the live. But 9 times out of 10, you can find me here every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you want to see me again, you can catch me on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to see my face twice a week here on YouTube, it's Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to see my face every damn day, you can check me out on TikTok at Real Talk Recovery, where I am over there kicking ass and taking names and uploading like 8 videos a day. So, hey Shelby, what's up, girl? Thank you. Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Shelly. So, yeah, come and hang out with us, you guys. All y'all are welcome. Let me get the link one more time for the Hangouts chat if you want access. In fact, let me get the link to all my stuff. Hold on just a second, because I know a lot of you guys don't know. I have a link tree, you guys. And on my link tree, I have everything, okay? And, oh. Amanda, you did so good, girl. Like, really good. Thank you so much for sharing, like, for reals. You did a really good job. Very entertaining, very, very good. It's, you know, you guys, it's hard to tell your story, and remember everything. And like, I know. So I'm so happy that you came on. I'm glad you were able to make it. For real. Okay, I'm getting my link tree so that way I can share my link tree with you guys, and then you can have access to the Hangouts chat, the Facebook group, the TikTok, all that stuff. Okay. Copy. And also, I've got to pee like a racehorse. That's how much water I've drank today, you guys. Oh. And also, I've got to pee like a racehorse. That's how much water I've drank. Why does it say admin? Oh, it's there. Why does it say that? Okay. That's not right. Okay, let me get it again, because now here it is, you guys. Paste. There's my link tree link. Okay, you guys can get to me Thanks for sharing, Amanda. Love hearing your story. Gives me so much hope. Awesome, Jared. That makes me so happy to hear that. You did too. Thanks, girl. You did really good, Amanda. See, I told you. Okay, on those Linktree links, that's linked to all of my stuff. Okay, if you guys are interested, I also have like videos linked there, like my addiction story times and stuff like that. So, yes, Jen, you absolutely can share on Monday. Here's my phone number. Text me, girl. Text me and we'll line you up. Okay. Heck yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, I want you to come and share with me, sis. We will do it on Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Okay? Thank you, everybody. I love you guys. Now I'm going to go live on TikTok. So if you follow me on TikTok and you want to come to a live on TikTok, come on over. I'm going to go on there now. Love you guys. Night.